There's something that's totally different about harvesting something the day of and getting it that day or eating it on your plate that day rather than at the grocery store. My name is Stacey Givens. I'm the chef, farmer, owner of the Side Yard Farm and Kitchen in Portland, Oregon. I moved to Portland about 15 years ago. I moved up here for the food and farming scene, and I ended up at a restaurant called Rocket, which is now called Noble Rot, and it had the first rooftop garden of its kind here in Portland. And that connection to growing the food for the restaurant, just that connection with the soil, I fell in love. And when the restaurant went under, I didn't want to let go of that connection. And I heard about the Coley neighborhood, and it's known for large properties but like small houses. So I would knock door to door, did that for a few months, asking folks, hey, could I farm your side yard? And I got lucky and somebody said yes. And we started on a 1/4 acre right up the street from the current property that we're on now. Well, this property right before I was offered to rent it and turn it into an urban farm, it was a vacant piece of land. It used to have a very small house, pretty much where I'm standing. So can you imagine one small 1-bedroom house and then the rest of this farm with nothing in it but weeds and like 20 feral cats? And that's what it was. And I drove by it every single day going to my other property and always said to myself, man, that'd be a cool farm someday, but it would take a ton of work. For the last 1.5 years, it was a battle trying to secure the Woman Farmers Loan with the USDA because I wasn't recognized as I guess a real farmer just because I am zoned residential, this property is. But there are city codes out there that protect urban farmers, which classify us into, we are real farmers. We are growing food for the community. And I kept trying and be like, listen, this is never gonna be zoned agricultural, and urban farmers take urban land, and this is what we do. And the only way I'm able to ever secure this as an urban farm for all like the generations to come is if you grant me this loan. It's an amazing loan. So I called my congressman, Earl Blumenauer. He's amazing. He's all about local food, and thanks to him and calling the head of FSA and USDA, we were able to secure this property, and it will always be an urban farm. Our whole thing is intensive farming practices. Like, we're gonna plant a whole 50-foot bed of lettuce, but there's gonna be little chipoloni onions right in between there. We plant things a lot closer. We do a lot of fast turnover crops as well. When you have a small space, you just have to utilize every single part of it. As far as the environment goes, I mean, again, it's like lessening those food miles. So people come here to pick up their food. They bike, they walk, they take the bus. And then again, like, our farthest restaurant is only 6 miles away. For me personally, I wanted to be in the middle of the city so I could connect with people, to have a space that's accessible for people to get to. You know, when people look us up, they thought they were just looking up an urban farm, and then when they actually read the description of all the things we do here, I get so many emails. They're like, oh, I didn't know you hosted events. I didn't know that you had yoga on the farm, or, you know, kids' days or anything like that. It's kind of nice to not just be limited to one thing, but the one thing that brings everything together is food and growing food. We allow like a handful of people every week. We give them produce in exchange for their time being here and education, but they also feel a sense of community. And a lot of people come here because maybe they have a 9-to-5 and this is their way of de-stressing, or they just lost a parent or somebody to, you know, death. So many reasons why people come here. Maybe they're queer and they need a safe space and they know they could be here because we're a queer-owned farm. So many reasons, but it's a really beautiful thing to see, like, the pods of people that like still come through after so many years that are still friends, and they all met here. Yeah, we're just like one big village. It's really rad.